They lost 3 out of 19 games this season and took home the silver in the OUA. They even clinched a spot in the Canadian Inter-University Sport Final 8 in Quebec. Becoming the first Ryerson's women's team in history to qualify for the national championships isn't easy. But who really cares? Despite success, Ryerson's female Rams are noticing the lack of support that their team receives in comparison to the men. Guard Kanika Ping-Giles has noticed the shortage of fans over the season.
What we get like the Trickle-Ins, like we call that the Trickle-In, because at the beginning of our game, it's always like quite empty. And then like when it's the fourth quarter, people are getting ready for the boys' game, that's when it starts to get packed.
The women's basketball team has matched up pretty evenly against the men's this season. The women have won 16 games, the men 17. The women had a 10-game winning streak while the men had 11. And both made it to the OUA and CIS finals. Sportsnet broadcasted both the men's and women's CIS Final 8 games this year. Viewership for the men's game reached 52,500, while the women's game peaked at 37,500, a 28% decrease from the men. So what is preventing these Lady Rams from getting fan attention? Amidst allegations of lack of support due to underfunding and advertising, the athletics department reports that team operational budgets are equal for both genders, depending on the sport, of course. However, like the university budget, it's not available to the public. In terms of advertising, the department says exposure is based on team performance.
When we're doing just general branding, and if you look at the building, you'll see for every female there's a male counterpart, and for every men's sport you'll see a women's sport. But to get what I'll call a banner of distinction or a banner of excellence, you have to achieve it first.
I don't know, I feel like either way, you should advertise for both. And when it comes to basketball, like we play the same days as the boys every single day. We play at 6, they play at 8. So if you can advertise for the boys' game, why can't you advertise for the girls' game?
But in an age where women's professional sports leagues are rare, there may be a bigger problem at hand. Fellow guard Marija believes women in sports face a systemic problem.
Specifically basketball, it's like you can see like men, they're dunking and they're doing a lot of flashy stuff on the court, and it's not like the simple like fundamental basketball that women play. So people, I think, are more entertained with that aspect.
But if there's one thing that both male and female players can testify to, it's that the more fans equals more motivation to win.
It gives you a lot of adrenaline going, like it makes you feel like, you know, you're doing this for a real university. You're seeing people like paying costumes and stuff like that, cheering for you. So it just like, it makes you play harder.
Monique Hutson, Ryersonian TV.